No, thank you.
Okay, we heard that you, in set, you have a really good relationship with Kirsten Wagner.
Kirsten Wagner, yeah.
Yeah, who plays Penelope Garcia, and also with the rest of the set. How is it for all of you outside the set?
You know, what you see on the screen, the chemistry that we have on the screen, all 7 of us, it's really a team. It's like a family, and we all have a good time. We're not all best friends off the set, but we all get along. There's no fighting, things like that. You know, when we're working, it's very serious because the show is very serious. But when we're not working, we're telling jokes, we're having fun, we're pulling pranks on each other. It's a good group of people, but it's seven individual people that are very necessary for the whole bigger part of the team. Each one of us brings something to the table. And Kirsten, who you mentioned, who's my baby girl on the show, I call her my baby girl. I need some magic, working magic for me, baby girl. You know, and she calls me Chocolate Thunder and Chocolate Delicious and silly names. I just say baby girl because I can't keep up with her. But she's, you know, she's my little sweetheart. And but we really do. We have a good chemistry off the set, and me and Kirsten are really good friends. And when she's not working on Criminal Minds, she does theater and plays. And anytime she's in a big play, I go and I support her and I watch her because she's so talented and fun to watch. But everybody, Thomas Gibson, Paget Brewster, A.J. Cook, Matthew Gray Gubler. The ladies love Matthew. You know,
really?
They love Matthew. I mean, a few ladies might like me. A lot of ladies like Matthew. Oh, Matthew Gubler, Gubler Nation. They love him. They're like, oh, I love him. You know, the geeky guy is the new cool. You know, the buff, tough guy, not so cool anymore. The geeky guy is the new cool. They're just like, oh, I love him so much. But yeah, we have a good time. I mean, we spent 7 years together. In the United States, we've done 7 seasons of Criminal Minds. So, and we work 14 hours a day, 5 days a week. It takes 8 days to do 1 episode. We do 24 episodes in a year. That takes us 10 months. So we see each other more than we see our regular families. So we have to have a chemistry, and to be around each other that long, we have to really understand each other and know each other and get along with each other. But it's not hard work. We really just genuinely like each other. And because of that, I think that helps what we do on the screen.
As an actor, do you think or do you feel there's a difference between playing a role on a TV show or in a movie?
You know, the soap opera was very different than the television show because, like I said earlier, you use 4 cameras. It's very broad lighting, and it's very fast. It's very fast, so you don't have a lot of time. You have to memorize the words. You get it in your head, and then you go. And because you have to do a lot of material. They do in soap operas. They do 1 show in 1 day, and in television with Criminal Minds and shows like that, it takes you 8 days to do 1 episode.
Wow.
And it's anywhere from 12 to sometimes 15, 16 hours a day, 5 days a week. You know, so if we start a show on Monday, we don't finish until 8 days later, not including the weekend, so we don't finish till the next Wednesday. And then the very next day, Thursday, we start the next show. But even that, we do 24 episodes in 10 months. So it takes us 8 days to do 1 whole show. Well, a movie can take you 1 month to 6 months, sometimes a year, depending on how big it is. So the process is different, but you know, the time that they take to do it. Movies, they cover their T's and they cross their T's and dot their I's, meaning they're very detailed. They cover every detail. You don't have the time and you don't have the money to do that in television, but still costs a lot of money to make television. You know, 1 show costs, in the United States, costs $2.5 million.
Whoa.
1 show. And we do 24 shows, so you do the math. But and as far as the style, the process is very similar. 1 camera, you have a director of photography that sets up all the lights. Like what we're doing now, if we were doing a scene, they would set up the lights on me, and they would do a wide shot of both of us, then they'd do a medium shot, then they'd do a closer shot, then they'd do a tight shot. And we'd have to say the same thing over and over again. Then once they got all my coverage, then they'd have to switch the lights onto you, come around, do a wide shot, we'd say the same thing, do a medium shot, do a closer shot, do a close-up. So just to do 1 little conversation, we probably do that 15 to 25 times.
That's crazy.
And that would take like, so for 1 minute of television could take 2 hours.
Long time.
You know, so it's a process. But you know, it's film. Film is exciting because there's more creativity, and so if, you know, what I dream for one day is that I'll be able to work in films consistently, because then I get to take on a character and I play that character for 3 to 6 months, and then when it's finished, and then I get to go try to be a different character and go get a different movie. When you do TV, it's the same thing over and over. I've been playing Derek Morgan for 7 seasons, 7 years, and as I've grown, as I've matured, Derek has grown, and the writers keep coming up with new ways for the audience to see Derek and see the other characters. But no, the process of television and film is very similar. It's just the time it takes to do it is very different.
Is there any role in particular that you wish to play? You know, something new that you never played before?
I mean, there's plenty of roles out there that I see. I see movies and I'm like, oh, I could do that. Like, I'd love to do action like Matt Damon in Bourne Ultimatum in the Bourne series. But then I'd like to do what Will Smith did in Pursuit of Happiness. You know, I like what Will Smith did in Enemy of the State. I mean, I like action, I like drama, but then I can also be funny. I'm not funny like I'm not funny like Jamie Foxx or Cat Williams. Those guys are comedians. I mean, what they do is completely different. That's not something you learn. That's just something that's in them. I'm a funny guy, but I'm not a but-bump kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I can be in situations that are funny and be funny. But my preference is to do drama and to do action. I'm excited about, there's a movie I'm working, this reason I'm here in Cannes, is I'm working with RCR, and the CEO is Rui Costas Reis, and he's a gentleman that I've gotten to learn about and meet in the last year. He's originally from Angola, so I'm sure you all know who he is. And his story is wonderful about how, I mean, before all this Hollywood stuff and doing movies, just who he was and coming from Angola and how he emerged from the Civil War. And, you know, when I heard this story and I got to meet him, I was fascinated by him as a person. And then I found out after the fact that he was now in Hollywood trying to do movies, and he's not been trying, he's successfully doing them. They've been in business for a few years now, and they finance and produce their own movies. And so I met him just as a gentleman and became friends with him, and then he did his homework and research and learned about me and knew that I was an actor. And so there's a movie that we're very excited about that's called Relentless, and it's something that we hope to shoot in the next year, very soon, hopefully. But the reason I'm excited about it is not just because it's a movie. It's a chance for me to do something. In 19 years, I've been blessed to do a lot of things, but I've always played the good guy. You know, I've always played either the cute boyfriend, the boy who says all the right things, I get the girl, or, you know, now I play a cop on television, but I'm still the hero who's trying to do the good thing. But what people don't realize is it's always more fun to play bad. You know, the bad guy, you get to play more levels. You know, you get to act like you're the good guy, but then you're the bad guy. So I have an opportunity to not be so nice. And so this movie, Relentless, is a chance for me to show a dark side. You know, in the beginning, I look like I'm the nice guy. I look like I'm the hero. But then all of a sudden, the movie takes a turn, and there's this really dark quality to my character. So at the end of the movie, people might not like me so much, but it's only a movie. It's only a movie. But yeah, I mean, you know, so I like taking new risks, and you know, and it's also good for the business, because when you do something for so long, the business, the industry, you know, maybe not the fans, but the industry kind of typecast you. They put you in a box. They think you're only this one thing. And so what I'm hoping is to be able to take roles that people don't expect me to take. It'll paint me in a different light. It'll change the conversation, and it'll show people that I can do more, so that I'll have more tools in my toolbox. So there'll be more things out there for me to do. And if this movie is successful, it could be just like this is your first interview. This is the beginning of your future. Yeah. Even though I've been in the business 19 years, Relentless could be the spark to open up many more doors in my career, because I hope to do this for the rest of my life. I mean, I'm 42 years old. I've been doing it for 19 years, but in a lot of ways, I feel like this is just the beginning. So I'm hoping that I can do this. I want to be like Morgan Freeman. I want to be like Denzel Washington. I don't want to be them, but
Yeah,
I
but
want to
you
have
wanna be like
careers.
it, yeah.
George Clooney. I mean, Sean Connery.
You'll be better.
I like you. I like you. But yeah, I hope this is my love. This is my passion. So
sure.
if I can do this for 20, 30, 40 more years, that would be a blessing.
Por hoje é tudo, mas aguardo a segunda parte desta interessante entrevista com Shemar Moore, amanhã no mesmo horário, na Zap Novelas.